Hello, this is Sarah Tuberty, your host from Disarming Disability. Enjoy the following program on Public House Media.
Hello, my friend. I hope you're doing well. It's Julianne Condia, your host of Rewritten. Rewritten is all about rewriting your story, no matter your circumstances, no matter your past. What I want to do with Rewritten and what I continue to do is share my best practices, share what I'm learning currently about life in hopes to help you, empower you to live beyond your potential and have breakthroughs and break through those limiting beliefs. I really appreciate it when you tell your friends about this podcast. It matters. I've been getting some messages about people who have found Rewritten and then they share it, and then that's how that person who's messaging heard about it, and it just makes my heart so incredibly happy. I just want you to win. Whatever that looks like in life for you, I just want you to win. So I just share my heart. I just share my best practices. Thank you so much for sharing each episode, whether you are uploading it to social media or you're simply screenshotting it or copying the link and sending it to a friend. It matters. You're making a difference, and I'm so grateful. The other day, I had someone message me because she just started a small business and wanted to know what it would take. She wants to be successful with it. She has seen my success, and she just wants to know those tips. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I need to turn this into a Rewritten episode because I think so many of you would love to hear that. I am very open about what it is that I do and how I've done it. I've been sharing my story relentlessly every single day for 5.5 years. That is so wild to think about. And regardless if you are joining and making fitness your business like me, or maybe you are starting a different kind of small business, or maybe there's a part of you that just wants to do it and you won't. And I want to close that gap for you because I think that it's so fun and I cannot imagine my life without my business. And it has impacted me in more ways than one. So I wrote down 10 thoughtful tips on how to run a successful business. So whether you are currently a part of a small business, whether you're thinking about it, I want these tips to resonate with you, and take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is just my experience. In no particular order, I have 10 tips for you on how to have a successful business. First and foremost, before I share any tips, I am telling you this. This is the secret to becoming massively successful in life. And it's these two things: consistency and taking action. Those two, yes, consistency and taking action are the key ingredients to you legitimately building your dream life. That's what I think. So, tip number 1. Believe in what you're doing and what you're selling. So I was having a mentoring call the other day, and someone told my friend no, that she was not going to join alongside her because she doesn't want to sell products. And as I was mentoring my friend, I said, this is what I would say back to her, is that she's the product. So with every business, whatever business you're a part of, this is something a lot of people miss. And that's why some of you have bad experiences, or what you're seeing on social media is something you don't want to be a part of. But I really do think that how I'm doing it is so different, is that I believe that I am the product. It is my story, and I have tools in my tool belt to help people. So I share my story of transformation, and then someone across the country says, wow, Julianne, I want that. I want to lose 20 pounds and also pay off debt. To be able to do both of those, that would be amazing. And since this person is across the country, I have tools that I can help them with. But you have got to believe in what you're doing. I am my own product, but I believe so much in what I do. It's unreal. I truthfully stand behind wholeheartedly because it's changed me. It's changed my life. A lot of people try to jump into businesses trying to make money, and it's wrong. They're not going to do it. They're not going to love it. They're not going to stick it out. I, regardless if I was making money or not, would be doing what I'm doing simply because of what I'm doing with the tools that I have and the products that I have, right? I really believe in them. Number 2 is, what are you willing to sacrifice? And it's really important to create business hours. And this is something a lot of people don't do because they see people on social media and think that they don't have to work that hard. And I'm telling you this, if you want to build a successful business, it is going to take sacrifice. So for me, in the beginning stages, sacrifice of sleep, and I love sleep, I would sacrifice Sunday football and I would work my business on Sundays for more hours than I could during the week. I would sacrifice getting in all of my grading and all of my prep time as a teacher just because I know I could work my business after school. I definitely sacrificed Netflix. I sacrificed girls' nights. I sacrificed going out. And I just created business hours and I stuck to them. I treated my business like a business. And when you do that, big things will happen. Number 3 is close the gap. So people who are confused walk away. So what I mean by close the gap, think about why you got started and what you've learned. So for me, I have business calls all the time or mentoring calls. I could post about, oh, I'm having a mentoring call. Sweet. But instead, I close the gap and I share what we're talking about on a business call. Because I think a lot of people probably think that all of our calls, we're talking about fitness and nutrition. Actually, we're not. We're talking about friendship, life, and personal development. And we're talking about how to have breakthroughs and what we're struggling with and how to create solutions. So close the gap for people. Make it not confusing with what you do. So for me, what do? I live fit and I help other people live fit, right? I help people learn how to coach themselves. I work out, I eat well, I do personal development, and I share my story. That is what I do. So I close the gap for people. Number 4 would be brand you and be authentic. So the only way you're going to stand out is being you, 100% you, and staying true to who you are and what you represent, whether you're funny, you're witty, or you are a do-it-your-own person and you can make all these things, you're crafty, you're adventurous, you love the outdoors. It's super important to brand you and run with that. I think about my friend Lacey and how she has set herself apart from a coach on my team is that she is a farm girl. And so she's all about cows and cattle, and she has really branded that. And it's amazing, and she sticks out in such a beautiful way. It is really, really cool. So the way to brand you is just think about your 5 roles and who are you? What interests do you like? What hobbies are you about? What do you love to do? What things are funny to you? And share your story. Be authentic. People connect to authenticity. People connect to real life, right? So just brand you. Tip number 5 is stick it out and do not quit. Perseverance is everything. When I first got started in my business 5.5 years ago, I wrote down slow and steady wins the race. Do not quit. Because I knew how mad I would be if I did quit, because I would have always wondered what if. And now I get to look back and see all the growth that I have. A lot of people want to quit when it gets hard. And typically when people aren't doing well in their business, it's because life is hard. Something in life is happening. And I'm telling you, it is really hard to stick it out when life is hard. But when you do stick it out, you're going to be massively surprised in yourself. Number 6 is personal development. It is massively important that you get out of your head because you're going to be pumped full of fear, doubt, stress, worrying about the opinions and judgments of other people. Personal development is going to help you work through that. But then additionally, personal development helped me stick this out. So the first book I ever read when I first started my business is called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And I knew over time my consistent effort and action taking would compound over time. And oh my goodness, was that true. It is so true, the compound effect. Personal development. I read a lot of books and I listen to a lot of podcasts. So the School of Greatness, you can listen to the Quote of the Day show. Rewritten would be personal development, right? I love listening to personal development, but I also love reading personal development. There's just something about underlining, starring, marking up books. I'm currently reading Everything is Figure Outable. I love How to Un-F Yourself. I love that. There's so many books. Actually, you can even screenshot this episode and send me a message and say, Julianne, what are your top 10 personal development? And I'll send you a list. And maybe you just go, Julianne, what's your favorite personal development on procrastination? What is your favorite personal development on fearing what people think? Like, I've got you, because personal development has been a daily behavior for 5.5 years. And it has helped me so much. Tip number 7 is set metrics, have a plan. So for me, I help 3 people minimum a month, right? With a certain metric, right? So that is a big piece. Help someone with something, but set that metric and make non-negotiables in your business. Because when you do that, and it could even be metrics with your business hours of expanding your network, connecting with other people, posting on social media. You can set metrics in that way. But for me, it's simply just building my business. I also have metrics for how many people I'm actually going to help with selling something, a package that I have or whatever. And so those metrics have built my business for sure. Number 8 is, how are you different? And how are you the solution? So how are you different than other people that are doing the same thing as you? And that kind of goes back to branding you. But how are you different? How can you stick out? And what do you offer? Right? So, and how are you the solution? So for me, I'm the solution to postpartum, where not only can I help moms get postpartum friendly workouts and nutrition, also postpartum friendly conversations, because moms can be very judgmental, and that is not the kind of atmosphere I want to even be around. And so that is what I offer. And I have solutions to not just fitness and nutrition, but also mindset and community and friendship. And I speak about that a lot. I have a solution to debt. I have a solution to a whole lot of things that will make people's plates a lot better and a lot less stressful. Number 9, and I don't see this. Our team is amazing, Team Happy and Fit, that we created, Eric and I. But I do not see this across the board with small businesses, of creating a community and a culture. So with us, you're going to constantly see our friends, people that we do business with but do life with, whether we go on trips together, have team hangouts, we're on Zoom, which is kind of like a Skype call. And you'll just see that constantly throughout not just my social media, but just throughout my life. And I think creating a community and culture is so vital to joy, happiness, and not being alone in business. And I think it's really hard to do it alone, and it's not as fun. But when you have people that are goal-oriented and pushing and striving to be better, like, there's just something about that camaraderie that makes building a business so much better. It is so awesome. And the last tip that I have for you, and this is really powerful, is know your why. Because that why should be the thing that launches you out of bed at night and makes you so excited when you, or launches yourself out of bed in the morning and makes you so excited about when you go to sleep, and because that's what you think about. And that's how you continue to grind. That's how you persevere through the hard. That's how you come back from people throwing shade at you. That is how you bounce back from rejection or a ton of no's or a lot of just trying to figure out how to build your business. Your why is everything. Your why is everything. And for me, my why leads to more choices. And so for me, I wanted more choices with time. I wanted more choices with who I worked with. I wanted more choices with where I went and how I adventured and how I traveled. I wanted more choices when it came to income. I really always think about this is when Faye, that's my daughter, is older and wants to do experiences and have experiences that grow her character and grow her as a human, I never want to say no to that. Right? Like, I'm not talking about being in Target and her wanting toys. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying, hey mom, I really want to go to Yosemite and do Half Dome. Yes, let's go. Let's do it, right? I want to be able to say yes to her if it builds her character and just her as a human. So more choices really fires me up to do the work because, one, I love the work, but two, it's given my family so much more freedom. Friend, screenshot this. Let me know how it spoke to you. I want you to know that if you are even just thinking about what kind of business you want to get into, my business is all about living fit. If you want to live fit or you're currently living fit, I mentor women who are living fit and I teach them to not only live fit, but also how to earn income with that and make a difference. Like, your paycheck is a direct reflection of the lives you're impacting. And I think that that is so amazing because there's a lot of jobs out there that maybe you're not making a lot, but you're making an extreme impact. Or maybe you're making a lot of money and you don't feel like you're making an impact. I truly believe what it is that I do with my business is that it's both. And I love it. My community, Happy and Fit, is so near and dear to my heart. And this journey has been amazing. So screenshot this episode. Tag me. Let me know how it spoke to you. And I'm here for you, friend. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you later.